This is my kind of video. 5 soft drink brands I only encountered after moving to America. Listen, I drink Coke all day, every day. I need to stop. I'm actually going to try and stop drinking it because I drink it way too much. It's really unhealthy for me. It's going to be really cool and interesting to see like what different brands you guys have out there. Which ones are like the best flavors and stuff. So yeah, let's take a look at this, man.
I know there's a lot of Mountain Dew fans out there. I'm not picking a fight with you or the company. And in any event, I'm not the person to take advice from. I come from a country that puts fries on bread.
Wait, you guys don't have that?
Hello, I'm Lawrence, and I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond.
Alright, quick question. Are there any Americans that's ever had a chip butty? So you get like a carb or bread, you put chips inside, fries inside, butter, boom. Maybe tomato sauce or whatever sauce you want. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's nice. It is good.
One of those memos pertains to fizzy drinks or pop or soda.
Yeah, Mountain Dew's massive, isn't it?
Of course, growing up in Britain, I'm no stranger to bad teeth, nor to the fact that both countries know a thing or two about. No stranger to bad teeth, nor to the fact that both countries know a thing or two about soda. For its part, Britain revels in some of its own brands, but there are own brands and then there are own brands.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Britain has brands of soda from the very country I've now lived in for 12 years. And this includes some of the big names like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, Fanta, and Listerine mouthwash. What do you mean? Of course we can include it. Listerine mouthwash is readily available all across the UK. But there are...
I can't lie, there's definitely some drinks that do taste like that.
Certain sodas, and by sodas I'm using the broad definition of carbonated beverage, that America is either keeping to itself or hadn't had the courtesy to introduce me to them while I lived in Britain. In other words, this video is all about those soda brands that I only encountered after moving to America.
Mr.
One of
Pibb
the very first drinks that I had in the United States of America after the tequila was a bottle of Mr. Pibb. Mr. Pibb, thought I, isn't that interesting? A drink with a person's name and title in the title. Wherever seen that before? Well, it turns out that Mr. Pibb is Coca-Cola's answer to Dr. Pepper. In fact, I was reading today that when it first launched, it did so under the name of Peppo, prompting...
That kind of makes sense. So in the UK, I don't know if you have it in America, we got a flavor called Dr. Pepper. And I would say it's kind of like Coke. If you like Coca-Cola, you're going to like Dr. Pepper, kind of. So yeah, Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb.
Dr. Pepper to sue Coca-Cola for trademark infringement. Funnily enough, no such lawsuit was brought forth by the similarly named Pepto-Bismol, which also tastes like medicine. And I like how Dr. Pepper is somehow okay with Mr. Pibb, which sounds like Dr. Pepper's less qualified cousin. That said, Dr. Pepper, to which I was once horribly addicted, enjoys a successful life in Britain, whereas Mr. Pibb was presumably refused entry. When it comes to UK immigration, it pays to have a doctorate. But what makes my first encounter with Mr. Pibb intriguing is that it was discontinued 7 years before I moved to the United States.
Wow.
So how did you do that then, Lawrence? Asks Uncle Toby. Was it time travel? Not on this occasion. First of all, upon its discontinuation, it was rebranded as Pibb Extra. But that doesn't make any sense to me because I distinctly remember being introduced to a Mr. Pibb, and no, there were no handshakes.
Yo, he's got some dodgy Mr. Pibb dealers.
Because the fizz would have gone everywhere. Well, apparently Mr. Pibb was and is still in circulation in some states. Now, of course, it's entirely possible that in 2020, my current state of Illinois and my previous state of Indiana now only stock Pibb Extra, but I wouldn't know. Because, and this is an important piece of information, I gave up soda in 2014. And I also don't obsess over the branding of fizzy drinks until today.
Yeah, you know what? Like, man, I drink way too much. I really do need to stop. I need to stop and I need to drink like flavored water or something. I don't know. Because my insides must be screaming.
While you won't find a drink with a Pibb in it in most places in the world, most places in the world aren't Japan.
Right. Wait, no, we have Coke Zero.
This is one of those Coca-Cola brands with which I wasn't familiar until I moved to Indiana. And really, that's just down to timing, something ironically that YouTube user Prince William Official thinks I have zero of. Because in the United States, Coke Zero was launched just a couple of years before I moved here. And when I moved here, the United Kingdom, while by no means having zero Coke, had zero Coke Zeros. In the intervening
Wait,
years,
what?
this has apparently changed. So for once, both my British and American viewers know what I'm talking about. Second thoughts, don't comment on that. So what is Coke Zero? Intervening years, this has apparently changed. So for once, both my British and American viewers know what I'm talking.
So when he was in the UK, it wasn't around, and then he got introduced to it when he went to America, and now it's in the UK. Yeah, okay.
Second thoughts, don't comment on that. So what is Coke Zero? Well, it's basically Coca-Cola that claims to be sugar-free. Essentially, it's the drink I thought I was making at the age of 9 when I poured Coca-Cola through a sieve to extract all the sugar. It just ended up tasting like liquid metal cough drops.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure with like Coke Zero, right, it's still bad for you because you know the thing that replaces the sugar, isn't that actually really bad for you as well? Like just as bad. So RC
No
Cola.
matter where you look, it seems like every single soft drink has its cheap alternative knockoff.
RC
Dr. Pepper
Cola.
has Mr. Pibb. Pepsi has Diet Pepsi. And in America, Coca-Cola has RC Cola. And I say in America, but it turns out that this alternative is available in 67 other countries.
Oh, wow. Everywhere but the UK.
None of which are the United Kingdom. On the one hand, this is ironic because the letters RC stand for Royal Crown. On the other, it would be difficult to market this drink in Britain because RC sounds like RC. As for the drink itself, it did originate in the United States. And
yo, you're going to get the RC Coke?
What does it taste like? Well, have you had Coca-Cola? It's like somebody took that and disguised it with a comedy mustache. It's basically one of those drinks that gets relegated to being a chaser, which in some ways can be beneficial for that drink because you get so plastered you think it's amazing. And then you tell everybody on Twitter about it at 4 a.m. Now, I've just realized it is possible that if you're reading my tweets at that time of the morning, you might be the sort of person that consumes this.
Oh, wait, no, we have Monster Energy as well. Wait, what? What is going on?
My first job in the United States was working as a call center agent.
He's been living in America for like 12 something years, right? I drank Monster like 10 something years ago. And I'm pretty sure it's been around for ages.
And for anybody that doesn't know, working in a call center is all about metrics. So how many daily calls are you taking? How frequently are you resolving your customer's issue? And good grief, Josh is taking his 9th toilet break. But there's one metric that stood out to me more than most: the amount of staff members drinking something called Monster Energy.
I used to drink them all the time.
What are all of these tins with what looks like a graffitied version of the letter M? Is this a nightmare version of McDonald's? So I inquired, and the general consensus seemed to be that this was an awesome alternative to coffee.
Right.
The problem was, people were so busy focused on the energy part, they forgot that it also turns you into a monster. It's like most energy drinks. When I lived in the UK, I was addicted to Red Bull because it did give me a buzz. It did give me an energy surge for 2 hours. And then the crash sets in. And speaking of crashes, not even the 2008 recession could stop Monster from taking over Britain. Now it does sound like
Monster.
a nightmare. The point is, Monster, while it hasn't actually taken over Britain, does now have a presence there. And for anybody wondering...
Nah, to be fair, I don't know. Because Monster is really popular here. And it has been for so long. So I don't know if he's just going off his location. Maybe. But growing up from when I was a kid, Monster was around. I drank it from like 12 years old onwards. Yeah, so it was around. It was very popular. Very, very, very popular. But it was really popular to me because of like, it had like Call of Duty XP codes, like game codes on it and stuff. So
this is probably helped in large part by the fact that Monster sponsors just about every extreme sport under the sun. Britain, for its part, is more than happy to consume these extreme sports, as well as green things, as evidenced by this.
Mountain Dew.
Well, that was a weird segue, Lawrence. I thought
we don't have
Mountain Dew wasn't available in Britain,
anyway.
hence its inclusion in your thumbnail. And to Uncle Toby, who's probably writing that as we speak, I say, fair point, and shut up. Because caveats are a chief ingredient of this very entry. Firstly, let me just state that my very first encounter with Mountain Dew, or as Hoosiers call it, Mountain Dew, or just Dew, was very early on in my time living in Indiana, and how best to describe it, I'm not really sure. But tastes vaguely but not strongly of lemon and or lime. It was sort of middle of the road, or should we say center of the mountain trail. It was neither the reason I gave up pop nor an incentive to go back to it. It's just there. I know there's a lot of Mountain Dew fans out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that loves Mountain Dew. I kind of want to try it just to see what the hype's about.
I'm not picking a fight with you or the company. And in any event, I'm not the person to take advice from. I come from a country that puts fries on bread. But I also come from a country I discovered today that has flirted with Mountain Dew. Firstly, it was apparently released in the United Kingdom in 1996, presumably to little fanfare because it was phased out.
We probably do have it then. I just don't get it.
In 1998. However, I was today years old when I discovered that a different tasting drink by the name of Mountain Dew has been available in the UK since 2010. That's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should have that.
You know what? Next time I'm out, and if I do see one, maybe it's just one of those things where like you will see, but you just ignore. When I do see one, I'll pick it up and see what it's like.
Version of Mountain Dew shipped over here so I can compare the two, thus lifting temporarily my abstinence from soda pop. If you like what you see here and you're specifically into...
Really cool video though. Let me know what drinks is your go-to. My go-to right now is Coke, but I'm really hoping I can change that soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/Alpha. If you guys want to check me out over there. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.